Chapter 3.3, First Derivative Test. Now, the first derivative test is a test that you do using the first derivative, obviously, and it helps you find a local extrema, max and min, of a certain function. So here's our function here, x squared plus 6x plus 10. Now, obviously, it's a first derivative test, so the first thing you have to do is take the derivative. So f prime of x is 2x plus 6. And now, what we want to do is set this equal to 0. So the best thing to do is to factor. So this can be factored to 2 times x plus 3. So we want to set this equal to 0. So when does f prime of x equal 0? Well, equal 0 when x is negative 3. So then, what you want to do next is test around your intervals. So we're going to make a number line here where negative 3 is a point on the number line. And we're going to test, and this is f prime. Test on f prime. So pick any number that's less than negative 3. So we can pick negative 1,000, plug it back into f prime, and this number is going to end up being negative. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pick any number greater than negative 3. Let's pick 0. This number is going to end up being positive. You just plug it back into f prime. And then you can use these negative and positive to find your mins and maxes, because the slope will be negative, and then at negative 3 it becomes positive again. So this will be a minimum. Now, in order to complete or answer the question, you need to write the sentence. So, by the first derivative test, because f prime changes from negative to positive at x equals 3, or negative 3, sorry, the point negative 3, and to find the y value of this point, you need to plug 3 back into your original equation. So let's do that down here. Negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 plus 10. And that's 9 minus 18 plus 10. That's 1. So 3, 1. The 0.31 is a minimum. And that's it. So let's do this next problem down here. Once again, first step, take the derivative. It's 6x squared plus 6x minus 12. So then we have to set this equal to 0. So we've got a factor. Factor out the 6. And this can be factored even further to 6 times x minus 1 times x plus 2. So now set this equal to 0. So when f prime of x, when does x prime of x equal 0? When x is positive 1 and negative 2. So once again, make our number line. This time we have 2 So -2, +1. Plug in a number that's less than -2, so -1,000. Plug it in here, we find that this number will be negative. Or no, sorry, it'll be positive. Because negative times negative is positive. Then plug in a number in between -2 and 1, plug in 0. This term will be negative, positive, positive, so that'll be a negative. And then again, a number greater than 1. So we can pick any number, 1,000. And all these terms will be positive, so we'll end up with a positive number here. So, once again, we use these slopes, positive slope, negative slope, and then negative slope, positive slope. Flash turned off, that's weird. Okay, hope you can still see. But this will be a max, this will be a min. And once again, you gotta write the sentences and plug these points back into your original. So by the first derivative test at x equals -2, because f prime changes from positive to negative, the point -2, and you plug this back in to find the y value, and it's 20 is a max. And do the same thing for the minimum by the first derivative test at x equals 1, because f prime changes from negative to positive, 1 comma -6 is minimum.